Hello fantastic people, and welcome back to Borderlands 3. In this video we're going to go over the Hellshock pistol. It's an absolute machine. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a pistol that's been in the game since the very start, but it was absolutely trash, useless, never picked it up, and it kind of looks like a toy gun. It doesn't look real at all, but it has actually been buffed quite recently in the last 2 or 3 days, along with a bunch of other weapons that were originally jokes in the game, and now they've buffed it so much that all of them are top tier weapons, and it's kind of a lot of fun to use them. This thing is an absolute machine. Like, it outperforms pretty much every other pistol in the game. So in this video I'm going to go over one, where to get it from, the stats that you want to be looking for, the anointments depending on what kind of build you guys are going for, and I'm going to show you guys the strat if you want to use this thing for a boss melting machine. Like, it's that good. It keeps up with the Cutsman. If not, it's probably better than the Cutsman. I know that's a big call and it depends on your build, but trust me, you're going to see a clip in a second and damn is it good. Okay, so to start with, this is the gun itself. It kind of does look ridiculous. I've seen a lot of people refer to it as a staple gun, a bubble gun, and honestly, it just doesn't look real, but it's kind of funny. The Hellshock, this is the best stats I can get from it so far. As, of course, if you get an anointment on it, the damage is usually reduced a little bit. Still, of course, farming for my best anointment, but if you guys are looking just for maximum damage, 1444 times 2 is by far the best one that I've got so far. I think it's an extra 200 damage from the lower ones that I have. Elemental damage is also crazily increased, 2,200 damage per second with a 36% chance. It's really, really good just across the board for any weapon in this game, and that for a pistol with the fire rate of this thing, really good. Accuracy is 83%, handling 76, slightly above average for that. Reload time is pretty damn quick with 1.6 seconds. Fire rate, like I said, is really good with 8.82 per second, and magazine size of 30, which for a pistol is pretty damn good. I'd say average is probably about 5 to 10 bullets in this game, so for a pistol in this game, 30 is pretty damn good. Weapon charge speed is 28% increase, which is good because melee one charge, like waiting for that charge before you actually fire the weapon, really annoys me, so that's good that has an increase of that. And weapon zoom is 2.9 when you aim down sights. This thing also comes with 2 elemental types, shock and incendiary only, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've only seen these two, so I'm pretty sure that is it. And it does actually have a pretty cool gimmick, which I'll show a clip of in a second. But once you actually shoot on the ground, say if you've got it in the shock elemental type, once you shoot on the ground, it actually ricochets off for 1 bounce only, but once it bounces off, the ricochet bullets actually change elemental type. So if you're on shock, shoot it at the ground, it'll bounce off as fire bullets, which you can use to your advantage in a lot of different situations. I'll show you a clip of me using it against Gigamind in a second. But yeah, there's a lot of different strats if you don't want to switch between elemental types. Clicking the button does take a little while for the animation, so if you want to aim at the ground and then change elemental types and just start aiming at them with the elemental type you have selected, works in a lot of different situations, particularly if you're mobbing with a lot of different kinds of enemies. So far I don't have my perfect anointments, and I'm definitely going to keep farming for those perfect ones, but if you guys are going to farm for the Hellshock, to definitely keep your eyes out for mid you're farming. These two on screen, these guys are great, particularly the on action skill end. The next 2 magazines will have 50% incendiary damage, so damn helpful, particularly considering we already have 2,100 damage per second at base. If you put an extra 50% on after that, if you're flak after your fade away, you're going to have 3,000 plus 3,000 damage per second at 36% chance, which is absolutely crazy amount of elemental damage. And that's Flak, who doesn't even really have an elemental build, honestly. It's kind of ridiculous. If you have it on something like Amara, it would absolutely shred. I've seen some clips of Amara using it, and she one clips so many bosses, it's disgusting. And Flak himself, with no elemental damage, is still doing crazy amounts of damage. Now, as for the perfect anointments you want to go for, it depends heavily on, of course, what boss, what kind of build you want to go for, whether it's for bossing or if it's for mobbing, anything like that. The incendiary damage is probably up there anyway, but the ones I'm looking out for are the extra 100% damage after ASC, or 125 damage after ASC, to named or bosses or whatever it's called, you know the one. I almost forgot, of course, if you're Amara, after using your action skill, the 300% damage would be absolutely broken and amazing, and I definitely want to use that as soon as I finish my Amara character. So definitely recommend that. If you guys have got an Amara character, let me know how you go in the comment section down below. As for Zane, I have never played Zane, so recommend me anointments down below, and for other people as well. And as for Mo's, I feel like just trying to keep ammo in this thing would be your main bonus. If you guys can keep the bottomless mags Mo's filling this gun, you'd be unstoppable. It would be amazing to watch. Now, as for where to find this pistol, is a dedicated drop for Gigamind. If you guys are new to the game, don't know where the heck that is, it is on Promethea in Meridian Metroplex, and I'm currently there at the moment. From the fast travel station, you want to jump in a car, just drive across the bridge here, hook a right and follow the right hand side to where you can find my car, and this is where the new station is. Run up here, and this is exactly where you'll find Gigamind, where I'm currently standing. If you guys are new to the game, Gigamind is an amazing farm for world drop legendaries. He drops so much stuff. Definitely recommend farming him, and for the Hellshock, is now one of the best guns in the game, so I recommend you guys getting it from Gigamind. Of course, it will drop as a world drop anywhere else, but when you have a boss that is so easy to kill, super fast, drops a bunch of legendaries, and has a dedicated drop in his loot pool, I'd recommend going for him. Okay, so I'll just show you guys a clip on screen of me destroying Gigamind with the pistol so you guys can see how it works. It's kind of a lot of fun to use, honestly. You can just slide around with the Snowdrift idle and just zip up to him. Use fadeaway, get him behind him, get to his crit spot. Use half the clip with shock and half the clip with incendiary, and it absolutely shreds him in literally one clip in one fadeaway, and he's done for. And you get so many legendaries out of him. Of course, he's only dropped me one legendary this time, because that's what happens when you start recording, but he does actually drop probably like 5 or 6 legendaries per run pretty often, actually, so you can get a lot of legendaries and anointed legendaries in a short amount of time. And just for a fair comparison, I took it to everyone's favorite firing range, Graveward. Changed up the strat a little bit because, of course, Graveward has a little bit more health than Gigamind. Decided to proc myself with a sellout pistol, then go and fade away, and absolutely shreds him, as you can see. Of course, it doesn't one clip him because Flak doesn't have that much elemental damage. I have seen it done in one clip via Amara because she has that extra 300% anointment, which would work absolutely amazing. But of course, you can see in like 1.5 clips we've taken down Graveward before he even hits the ground, which is kind of ridiculous considering, of course, Flak doesn't have a great elemental build, and it absolutely shredded him. But yeah, that is the new and improved Hellshock pistol. It's kind of ridiculous now. That buff is definitely made it a lot of fun to use, and highly recommend you guys get it and try it out for yourselves. If you guys want to see the build that I used for this video, I've already made a build video for it. It is my King and Queen's Call build. It's kind of ridiculous. It's just essentially an elemental pistol build. If you guys want to check it out, it'll be in the end title card screen or linked in the description. Fingers crossed I remember, or you can just find it on my channel. It is quite recently posted. I think it posted it last weekend. But yeah, that is the one I used. If you guys want to see a mobbing build, I'll also link at the end of this video. It is my new Flak mob build that came out 2 days ago, and is a lot of fun to use. I recommend you guys using it because it also features one of the new buffed weapons, being the lob, which is just an absolute machine now. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys find it helpful or enjoyable. If you did, feel free to smash subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. If you guys want to smash the bell next to it, YouTube will notify you for whenever I post a video. I make a whole bunch of Borderlands 3 content, so if you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And if you guys want to help me out even more, if you want to smash like and share the video, helps the channel grow even more, and that would be amazing. And yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I shall see you guys in the next video. Till then, adios.